This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Consider supporting us on Patreon.
Yo, what the fuck is up there, everybody out there on the YouTube source? You got a buddy Papa Tico coming to you live from the Japan land. How you guys all doing? Yeah, so I'm back on the road again, and look at all those fucking, whatever the fuck those are, cranes. Anyway, how you guys doing? I'm doing okay. Welcome back to another Tikyo Rants, where yours truly, Papa Tico, gives you guys a nice rant rave about his life here in Japan. Like always, big special super awesome shout out to today's sponsor, Nakano Shimbashi Guest House. Boom! Look, if you guys are looking to come to Japan and you want to stay somewhere that's nice, safe, great location, get to mingle with Japanese people, and it's under $400 a month, then yeah, there's no other place that can beat this place. Nakano Shimbashi Guest House. Links down below. And when you make a reservation, tell them that Papa Tico sent you. Look at that nice house for all those rice fields. That's just nice. And then also big shout out to NordVPN. Boom. Look guys, it's good. Antiviruses are great, but VPNs are also just as good. They're the yin to that yang. You know, if antivirus was a condom, the VPN is making sure that nobody tries to jump your butthole while you're sleeping. So yeah, you know, you know, NordVPN, I've been a customer of theirs for a year, so yeah, make sure to go over and check them out. I got a special promo code that'll give you a discount if you are so inclined. And yeah, question of the day is, have you ever done something stupid but it was like totally brag-worthy? If you did, let me know in the comments down below. I'm curious what the fuck did you do? Because today's story is going to be silly and stupid, and I'm proud to share this with you guys, so it's going to be good. And yeah, and if you don't have a funny story like that, just write down what kind of car or motorcycle do you drive, and or like, you know, do you take the bus? Tell me what kind of transportation do you take. And yeah, what else? Yeah, today we're going from someplace to someplace. We're in the middle of somewhere, and we're going to Maebashi. I don't know if we'll make it by the time this rant is done, but you know, when we see the Maebashi Deguchi, like the GPS said it would be 46 minutes from here, but I don't know. We're making really good time because it's not very crowded on the road right now, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, yeah, with that being said, let's get into it, shall we? Yeah, so, you know, like, I was watching Norm Macdonald stuff recently because he passed. Rest in peace, Norm. Love you. And, you know, Norm Macdonald, like, I made a whole other rant about him. If you want to go check it out, boom, go click on that link. It's in, like, that clip window or whatever it's called, and go click on that later. And, yeah, make sure to go and see my little video homage to him. But anyway, like, you know, Norm was such a great troll of just everybody, like, especially when he went on The View and he made that joke about the Clintons killing people, and those women were like, oh no, please, we don't want to get, you know, suicided too, you know, shut up, Norm, shut up. And he was such a great troll. And then it's like, you think of like people that were trolling before the internet, you know, just to fuck with people. And there's like Norm, and there's Andy Kaufman, and, you know, all these just, like, you know, fucking Sacha Baron Cohen, you know, all these people that just love trolling. And, you know, like, it's one thing to troll on the internet, but there's another thing, like, it's a whole other level of badassness when you troll in real life. And, you know, I like being a troll sometimes. And the thing is, though, is that, like, I know that, you know, no one's gonna beat me in my fucking face, knock on wood, but even if they do, they'll get arrested, you know? So it's like, I don't really need to worry that much about, you know, pissing somebody off, because it's like, well, you know, like, either way they're gonna get in trouble. So, like, fuck it. And, like, when you realize that, like, most of the stuff that you do will not get you arrested or physically harmed, you become a lot more cocky about how you're gonna deal with stuff, right? And yeah, you know, for me, I was just like, okay, cool. So it's like, anyway, point is, when I moved to Tokyo originally, I had moved to Tokyo from Chiba, and I had gotten fired from that job in Chiba because it was totally my fault. I had, you know, long story short, TLDR, I had filmed my students at my school for like a promo video, and, you know, just saying like, hey, what's up or whatever. And I guess somehow somebody found out what school I worked at, and they told my they told the Board of Education, and they were like, take that video down. And I'm like, oh yeah, shit, sorry. And I did, you know, I took the video down, and I forgot that I had made flyers of my private English teaching around that town. And this is one thing that you can always rely on. I don't know what this green line is for. What is this? I think it's for trucks probably, but anyway, like, you can always rely on people in small towns to have too much free time and be emotional, right? So, you know, like, these people were all pissed off. I guess I used like I used two of the students in my picture or whatever as a promo to be like, hey, I'm an English teacher, you know, sign up for my classes or whatever. And so the school was really pissed off. And like, when this, like, you know, my boss is like, what the hell, I told you not to fucking you know, like, not to film your students. And I was like, dude, I put up that poster 6 months ago. Nobody called me up until now, and I completely forgot about it. Like, that was just, like, you know, I didn't do that on purpose right after that, just to fuck with you guys. And he's like, well, you know, either way, this is bullshit. But you know what? We just got to move you out of the town. We just got to move you out of the town now, and we'll give you a job in Tokyo somewhere. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds fair enough. Okay, yeah, so let's go to Tokyo. And so, you know, I called my real estate agency and told them that I was finishing my contract. You know, I started packing up all my stuff, and I found an apartment in Tokyo, and I was like, hey, you know, I don't have that much in savings, but, you know, at least I got a cool job. It was kind of like a job with docked pay, but I was only working like 4 days a week instead of 5, so I was like, oh, that's fair. And but anyway, I'm like, I show up, you know, I'm about like a week or two from moving out, and then my company's like, yeah, you know, after really thinking this through, yeah, we don't really want to hire you anymore. You know, that was we did take backsies, and I was like, but like, my apartment's really cheap in this town. I would have stayed here for at least a couple months and like saved up my money and just done private teaching, you know, and saved up some money, and like, you know, instead of rushing to get to Tokyo. And they were like, yeah, well, fuck off. You fucking, like, you cost us money and you fucked up our reputation, so this is payback, bitch. Was pretty much, it's not what they said, but it's what they said, you know what I mean? And I was like, you motherfuckers. So I was scrambling on my ass to find another job. And luckily, you know, like, this is, you know, your childhood trauma, you know, when you deal with it when you're younger, it's going to be a lot it's like childhood trauma is like chicken pox. It's a lot easier to deal with if you've already had it once when you were younger. So, you know, I did like anybody else did, and I just hustled, and I spent all day looking for other jobs, you know, and getting all my shit ready to move. And I found another apartment in Tokyo, and yeah, it was a real dick move for my company to do that. Like, I know that I had cost them money, but you know, that was really sleazy. And you know, I would like blast them, but they're not, like, the company's dissolved now. There's no point in fucking doxing them online, because they're already, you know, there's nobody to dox. The company's already under. It's not a company anymore. It went bankrupt. But yeah, it sucked because you know, luckily though, during my job hunt, I found this cool company that was run by this like Eastern European dude who would say, oh my god, he was just so fucking racist, and I loved it. I secretly loved it. Not the racism, I just loved the balls on him of being like, yeah, I don't care, whatever. Like, oh my god, like, just the shit that he would say, that I was just like, oh my god, like it's anyway, the funny thing is, like, I didn't have beef with him, but his company, I don't know, it was either the guy who runs the company, it's either his wife's connections or something, but he had like an English dispatching company, and he got, like, you know, he had a lot of wealthy clients for his English teachers to be sent to, and I don't know, his stuff was just so funny. Like, he would always, like, he would call he would call like the clients that he hates retarded, you know, and like he'd call some of this, like, you know, I forgot who exactly, he referred to some people as monkeys. I was just like, oh my god, this is so racist. Like, you know, in 2021 this company would probably not exist because some you know, angry white girl would be bitching about it on Twitter. But anyway, the company, like, they did good by me, you know, like they put me in this really nice, expensive area of Tokyo, and you know, yeah, it was cool. I was working directly with, like, I wasn't getting paid a super lot, but I was getting paid quite well for an ALT that was a dispatch ALT, and on top of that, like, you know, I was working directly with the Board of Education, which was very cool. And so, you know, I was in this one elementary school, and it was near Shibuya, and I was working there, and it, like, you know, the people there were nice. The lunch lady used to live in Germany, and she spoke fluent German and English. That was weird, but that was cool. And, like, you know, the principal was just this weak motherfucker, just like this weak guy, just, yeah, and then the vice principal was just this fat, ugly woman who never got married, and she just, like, she's like one of those women that gets like a PhD, and then she's like, I'm special, but why can't I find a man? She was like that, you know? And anyway, so it's just like, and I eventually, like, you know, had to quit that job, or I didn't get renewed, my contract renewed, because there was specifically, you know, well, there was two things. One, I was using Japanese way too often in that school, and secondly, I kind of took way too many liberties. Like, I decorated the English teaching room because I had my own classroom at that school, and yeah, you know, I basically just spoke Japanese all the time, and also there was one class, I think they were like 5th grade A or B class, and they were so bad. Like, they were all rich kids, but they were just so fucking bad, and their poor teacher, man. Like, they were just such shitty kids, and this was like a really rich area of town, you know, and they were just so bad, and all the kids in that class, like, you know, half of them wanted to learn, and then these other kids would just call each other, like, they'd be like, shut up, fag, and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, you little shits, you know, and, oh, man, and so I went off on them, and I think that was, like, kind of that was the, like, you know, the turning point for the company being like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna let Tikyo back because he yelled at these kids and their parents complained, because fuck those kids, you know, fuck them. Hey God, like, you know, I don't know how they got that way, but if those kids were stuck on a fucking bus, I'd be like, oh no, you know, and it's on fire, I'd be like, oh man, that bus is on fire, somebody should help them, you know, like, fuck them, you know, like, they were so, like, their teacher was not like the best person, but she didn't deserve that. Like, I remember I saw this video online of this woman who was like a bus drive helper or whatever. Like, she was on the bus to monitor the kids, and the kids were just so mean, you know, and they called this woman like ugly old bitch and all this stuff, and the woman just sitting there taking this abuse, and then it went viral, and you know, people made a GoFundMe for that lady. But were those kids ever held accountable, or their parents held accountable? Hell no, you know. And the funny thing is like, that was a school I was working at. Like, it was a public school. Like, there's no, like, well, what is the benefit of kissing their ass? You know, this isn't based on money or anything. So why are you trying to, like, please these rich assholes, you know? But I don't know, maybe there was some kind of connection or something like that, you know? Where the principal, vice principal, just, they didn't want to cause bumps or whatever, so they just let the kids do whatever they want. But anyway, after a year of teaching there, I just decided, you know, like, my company was like, yeah, you know, sorry, we don't have any other positions right now, so we're going to have to, you know, you know, we can't renew your contract. And it was basically like they were firing me. But I understood. I mean, like, you know, I could have handled that situation. Like, a lot of people that are more professional than me would have handled that situation and been like, yeah, it's what are you gonna do? And then like they just let the kids do whatever they want and wait for the year to be over. But homie don't play that. So yeah, like my way of thinking is like, fuck it, I'll get fired and I'll get another job. There's thousands of teaching jobs there, and fuck it, I'll just get another one. And that's what I ended up doing. I ended up getting another one anyway, so whatever, right? And but it's funny though, because I made like some good friends there. I made friends with the assistant to the principal, and she was really nice. And some of my students that went to that school, they ended up being my students when I was when I became a Juku teacher a couple years later, and that was so nice to see them again. And oh man, it smells like cow shit. In the countryside now, woot woot, yeah. Cow shit. I'll never like cow shit. But anyway, yeah. So I just, I ended up, I was there, and fuck, there was something else I wanted to say about the school. Like, the school was in like this really nice area of town, but God, there was something else I wanted to say. I can't remember. It's like, yeah. Oh yeah. So the way I got that job was there was this woman named Aika who worked there, and before her I think there was a girl named Ai. But it's funny because like if for that job interview I showed up totally looking like bling bling, and maybe that's why they put me in the rich area, because they thought I looked like I had money, because I just had a bunch of fake jewelry on me at that time. And like, that's the thing, like, I wore a fake Rolex or something in one of my rant videos, like my March video last year, and all these people were like, fake Rolex, so fake and gay. And I'm like, well, how do you know? I ask people, like, how do you know that's real? Or how do you know that's fake? And it's like, well, I just watch your videos and I know, I'm just assuming you don't have that kind of money that you would buy a Rolex like that. And I'm like, okay, but you don't, like, what about people that have never met me, or haven't watched my videos? They don't know. Like, unless you're a fucking watch appraiser, you have no fucking idea, you idiot. And here, let me pull over. I gotta fucking stretch my legs. Oh, fuck. Being on this highway and just fucking... just being on this fucking highway. Oh, man. Just having my legs stretched the whole time. My balls just... that's some good leg stretching right there. Oh, my ass. Anyway, but when I went to that job interview, I'm wearing all this bling bling and stuff. Well, the rings were real, though. I had a gold ring and I had a silver ring, but the Rolex was fake. But anyway, and I had these fake Ray-Bans, but they still looked pretty good at that time. And what can I say, man? Like, people are selfish, People, like, they care. They're superficial. They just care about the other things like that. But anyway, so I ended up fucking, balls. I ended up, interviewing with this woman who, like, I was living in Boulder for college, right? And this woman was living in Cherry Creek in Denver for, like, a study abroad, the woman that interviewed me. And I was like, oh shit, like, I was like, you come from a rich area, don't you? And I was like, you got money? She's like, no, I don't. And I'm like, yeah, you got money. Fucking, like, staying in Cherry Creek in Denver, where all, like, the hanami trees are and shit. And anyway, like, I really kind of schmoozed her, and she was so cute. I really regret not, like, because she quit the company, like, in the middle of me working there, but I really regret not getting her phone number. She was just, like, if you guys ever seen Hitomi Tanaka, she looked like Hitomi Tanaka, except with dark black hair. She had nice big tits and just, it was nice. But anyway, yeah, I never got to say goodbye. And anyway, so, let me see where the GPS is taking me right now. But anyway, so I saw, like, after I was, after the job finished, just checking the battery. Oh, just a little bit of battery left. Oh no. Anyway, after the job finished, So anyway, I ended up getting a message from one of the guys that worked there as one of the like go-to Japanese guys, and he gave me this message saying, "Hey, it was like a year after that company, after I had quit that company, right? But I had always gotten angry that they hadn't just fired me, that they just kind of ghosted me. So but the company was like kind of full of incompetent dudes like this guy." And this guy was like, "Hey, everybody, we're having like an end of the year party, so make sure to come and check it out." And I was like, "Idiot, like I've been not working for that company for a while. Like, why did you send me the message?" But instead of that, I was just like, "Okay, cool, I'll join," to see if they even noticed that I didn't work there anymore. And he's like, "Great, I'll mark you down." So I ended up going to it's a Bonenkai at the end of the year party. I ended up going there, and my old boss, the guy who called everyone retard and monkey and stuff, was like, "Oh, Sam, what are you doing here?" And I was like, "Oh, hey, I got the message for the Bonenkai, so I thought I'd show up." And like all these coworkers that had been there before, that I guess knew that I had been fired, but they just didn't say anything. They were like, "Oh, hey, Sam, how's it going?" I was like, "Oh, I can leave. I got the email. I thought you guys were just being nice." And they're like, "No, you could stay. Yeah." So I ended up crashing this company party, and I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of myself that I did that. It was pretty badass. But anyway, with that being said, that's my story about the time I crashed my company's at the end of the year party, and how I trolled that company. So I mean, did I need to do it? No. Am I happy I did it? Yeah. Like, it's just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, fuck you, I'll do what I want. But anyway, if you guys made it to the end of this story, tell me, what do you think about this? And secret comment of the day is, my balls fucking hurt. Put that down there. We love cussing here. My balls fucking hurt. And don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, subscribe bell to get notified next time another one of these videos comes out. And if you want to keep binge watching this, then just wait till the end of the video and check out the playlist for all the rest of these rants. Anyway, I'm Papa Tkyo. This has been Tkyo Rants. Love you guys' faces. You stay black, and I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, buddy.